Michael T. Downing of Bear Pop Comics. This video I'm doing today, this is my second time doing it. Found a great new spot to show you all my books, but the glare monster attacked me, but I made an adjustment, so I know how to do it now. So what we're going to go through today, we're going to go through some of my digital copies first. Then I'm going to show y'all some of the homework I've been doing. So what I got today, earlier this week, I told you guys I was working on getting some classic Marvel team-up stuff. And with me getting that, can't find them all, because I had to wait till John gets them in. But I happened to run into this. Captain America, Spider-Man and Captain America Marvel Team-Up 13. So, as you look at it, it's got, before I get into that, this is one of my favorite villains. I got quite a few of them. The Gray Gargoyle, I liked him. I like when he took on Thor, but I just thought his powers was cool. He touched people and they turned to stone. I thought it was dope. So he's in this book here. I haven't read this yet, but this is I believe Gil Kane. Did Gil Kane do this art? Yeah, Gil Kane and F. Gaosia. Okay, whatever. Lin Win wrote it, and I enjoyed it. I mean, I'm enjoying the art. I have to read it. They're taking on AIM. I can't advance idea mechanics. AIM's always a cool group of bad guys. So I used to see this book in ads in the Marvel comics, and I always wanted to get it. So at the time when I was a kid, I could never get to the book. So, you a kid, you got to wait till your mom and dad take you down to the comic book store. But now I can obtain this really quickly. And I got another classic because I'm into the Nick Fury Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D., like the original run. So let's go back to this cover real quick. Excuse me while I scroll. I haven't got this thing down packed to know how to just go right back to the cover yet. But this was the original Bullseye, believe it or not. Which would made me laugh about him because the newer Bullseye is more stealth-like. There's a spot in here where he's hiding. Let me get to it. I think it's so funny. Herb Trimp did this art, by the way. So he's hiding from not Daredevil. I'm saying it wrong. He's hiding from Nick Fury, and he's following him. And I just laughed because when I seen this as a kid, I thought his costume was so cool. But I'm looking at it now, it's like, okay, you're hiding with a orange leotards with blue tights and a red target on your chest, red and white target. Who cannot help but see you? But it's still cool though. It's still cool because the comic books was fun back then. And that's what made them cool. They were just fun. And they were for kids. So when you read them, they knew kids didn't dig all deep into this. This is Nick Fury, and he's going out on a date, and Bullseye's trying to get him. So in the earlier video that I redid, I told the end of that. I'm not going to do that in this because somebody maybe didn't read that yet, even though this is an old book. Oh, I figured it out. Okay. So we're going to go to the main page again, and I got another classic. It's Marvel Team Up with Spider-Man and the Ghost Rider. So of course I like this. Who did this art? Ross Andru. I always thought Ross Andru was cool because when I got into reading Spider-Man, I want to officially say I got into it at 73 because my brother would give me a couple of comic books or whatever, but he always gave me the ripped up copies because I was a kid and I used to tear them things to pieces. I didn't know how to read them. So I got into about 73, and Ross Andru was the Spider-Man artist that I knew. And later on I found out about John Romita, and all that. But I liked Ross Andru's art, and I just enjoyed it. It was just fun. But Ghost Rider's taking on the Orb, and I used to think this guy was so cool. It's funny, I look at this, big old eyeball. You know, but as a kid, this was like, wow, this is the coolest thing. And I think he shot like, later on, he shot like lasers out the eyeball, because that's nothing but a helmet. It's a helmet that goes over his head. I can't talk too much because this is similar to, if you ever see an anime called Afro Samurai, and it's one of the samurai, one of the assassins after Afro Samurai, and he's got a great big old teddy bear helmet with gadgets in it. So, you know, maybe the Marvel was ahead of his time. So I ain't gonna talk too much about that. But I'm enjoying this very much so. And I have some more classic Marvel stuff that I got off the Kindle. As you can see, I'm enjoying this Kindle. I got Tomb of Dracula, when he takes on Werewolf by Night, number 18. So these books are very expensive right now. They still holding their value. So I'm not running all over the place trying to get them in paper. It's a little tough. And I think Gene Colan, he was the artist for Dracula, Tomb of Dracula. Excuse me. Gene Colan was a great artist for Tomb of Dracula because he had a type of eerie way with this type of stuff. When you let him do his own inks and everything, it gave it kind of like a scary mystique. That's one reason I didn't read it a lot as a kid, because it reminded me too much of the old show Dark Shadows, and just that intro and that whole, maybe that's why they did it like that. It was creepy to me. So, I know if I read this later on that night, I had to go to bed by myself because I was too big to be sleeping in bed with mom and dad. And my brothers and sisters were giving me no slack. But his art works for these kind of books like really, really well. Really well. So this was something I wanted to purchase, and I picked this up. It was something else, some other stuff I got here too. I'm starting to get a lot of books on here. So I got the classic Daredevil 113. This was the official return of the Gladiator. I didn't know when I first got this. I thought that was the first appearance of Gladiator, but it wasn't. I saw Gladiator on a Marvel value stamp in one of my Spider-Man comic books. And I had, because I got into it in 73. And I liked his whole uniform, this whole thing here. I just thought he was cool. So yeah, I picked that up. I might have showed y'all that before, but I'm just recapping. And I have some other classics on here to try to go through all the bronze stuff. I think I've showed you this before. This was a crazy story with Nick Fury, where they gave him it's a name for this poison because they used it on Captain America. It's like a psychedelic drug and a poison mixed together, and they caught him, and he was on a mission, and they shot him up with it when he was fighting. They ganged up on him, and messed his head all up and everything. So he's, still got his wits about him, but he's running through the streets trying to get back to the SHIELD agents because this stuff is getting ready. First it drives you crazy, then it kills you. So, very interesting story. This was a good read. It reminded me of something I saw on the old, I think it was an episode of I Spy did this too. I'm not quite sure. But anyway, this was a classic that I was looking for. So that's a recap on that. I'm trying to get all the bronze stuff because I'm trying to stay with the bronze before I get into a little bit of new stuff. This was one that I was looking at. I didn't get this yet. I just got the sample because I get them a little at a time. I try not to go so crazy because if I go too crazy with it, they're cheap. But you can spend quite a bit of money with something being cheap. So I try to pace myself and get a few that, stuff that I know that John maybe doesn't have. So I'll get it and hold on to it. And it's a classic Steranko cover. I always loved this cover. So I mean, the cover by itself, any format you get it in, it's great. That whole spacesuit is wild. And Steranko was ahead of his time. So I have that one, and I've got to sample that one. Something else I sampled out here too. I'm trying to get just the bronze guys first. Of course, I told you guys about these gems here, the Deadly Hands of Kung Fu. I was so excited. That's when I first started using the Kindle and could see what it actually did, you know, when I was getting these, because these are hard to find. So I know I talked about these before. So, you know, I got some more of those Deadly Hands of Kung Fu. And the newer stuff that I'm looking at purchasing, and I'll be getting this soon. Which, you know, when you get a Kindle, like you get a new book, they stay $4.99, which is crazy. Because I think in this digital format, it should be no more than $2. You know, maybe even less than that. But I'm not Marvel Comics. I ain't greedy like that. So I'm not going to worry about it. But anyway, I'll be getting those. And there's some other ones down here that I have on my radar that I'll be picking up, you know, eventually. So, but right now, I'll save them to another video, because until I get them, I don't want to show y'all all the good stuff at one time. So with that being said, let's get into the rest of my bronze collection that I'm trying to beef up. So I got a Moon Dragon and the Thing, or the Thing and Moon Dragon. Let's take it out. Let's take it out for a while. I really like this thing because I can keep the background kind of something going on in the background. Let me put up one of these magnificent covers. One of these covers. Anybody. Let's go with that. So I'll leave that right there. Oh, Lord, go back to the cover. Here we go. Put the cover on. So something in the background, which is cool. All right, we have the Thing and Moon Dragon number 62, Marvel 2-in-1, 62. This is a reader's copy, but I'm happy to have it because I'm going to bone up on this collection too. And it just has Starhawk, which was the original member of the Guardians of the Galaxy. So that's cool. So I have that. And I have Marvel 2-in-1 number 22 with the Thing and Thor. Cool. All right. And I had this little gem right here, which I'm looking to get more of. This is from Atlas Comics. I want to beef up my Atlas Comics run. This is Demon Hunter number 1 with my boy Rich Buckler. You know, he did the art. That ain't the page, it's an advertisement. He did the art for it, so which is cool. He did a lot of Fantastic Four. See, I'm familiar with his art. And he did Deathlock, come to think of it, too. I'm familiar with his art because this is around the time when I got into comic books. In 73. And it was 25 cents back then. So a Hulk 181 was 25 cents, you know, and it was no big deal. The first appearance of the Punisher, same thing, was 25 cents. This was a good time for me. You can go for $1 and get 4 comic books, you know. So I wish it would come back to that. I don't think that'll ever happen, because $4.99 is too much to pay for one little book with 30 pages. But I won't get into that rant too much no more. So I had this, and I have, out of my bronze collection, let's get to more of the bronze. I'm going to go through this kind of fast. Marvel Greatest Comics, number 46. I'm checking to see if we ain't got no glare, because I had to change my lighting. Marvel Greatest Comics, number 45. So 45 and 46. I might have 47 in here. Let's look. Let's see if I got 47. I think I got 47 in here. No, I have 70. That's all right. You know, Kirby goodness. Don't matter. I got it. It's from the 70s. I don't even mind. This was from 1977. You know, and these were reprints of the original Kirby run. So, and as they went on, they took you to all the reprints of the Marvel stuff, even when I first started reading. So we have the Worlds Unknown presents the Golden Voyage of Sinbad. Got this from John the Comic Guy. It's good. This was just nostalgic. It took me back. I remember I had got this from my boy Chris that lived in back of me. He got me into comic books in '73, and I just loved the cover and loved the story. And Sinbad was a big deal back then. You watched Saturday morning Dr. Shock when Channel 17 PHL. They would show Sinbad movies and Godzilla movies, and so Sinbad was a big deal back when I was a kid, like karate flicks, like Bruce Lee flicks. Marvel Spotlight. This is when he switched over and went to Marvel Spotlight. So I had both of those from the Bronze Age. I have a bronze Iron Man 148. I had all the Iron Mans at one time, so I might be messing with getting them on my Kindle until I can replace them with the actual book. Keep them on the Kindle, it don't matter, because if I flip the books, I always have the book. You guys can see it. Hope I'm in a good angle. Let me make sure I'm just showing y'all books. I want to make sure you get the good angle of the books. It's a little different than having it on the Kindle, but you can basically see the book. So let's just keep going. All right. And we have Avengers. Make sure y'all get a good picture of it. Let's zoom out a little bit with these bigger books. Let's zoom out. Let's see what we can do. There you go. So let's go back a little bit so you guys can see. Let's recap real quick. So you guys can see everything. We have Demon Hunter #1. Okay, you see that pretty good. Iron Man 148. This is from my bronze collection that I'm trying to build. 7th Voyage of Sinbad on Marvel Spotlight, #25. Sinbad, Worlds Unknown, #8. This was the first run that came out. And we have Marvel Greatest Comics, 46. 45 and 46, and we have number 70, which is inside this package again. So I just wanted to recap real quick before I had went too far and showed you guys, and you only saw half the book. Okay, so moving right along. We have Avengers 161, which I love this run of Avengers. This was very, very, very cool. I'm going to get more of George Perez was doing a lot of the art. And we have, this is Avengers 160. Cool, with the Grim Reaper. Love the Grim Reaper. Actually had 2 of these. So I'm going to flip one of them. Yeah. And I have a lot of, let's see what we got here. Supervillain team-ups, #2, and I'm going to be putting them out again because with the surge of the new Avengers movie coming out, Dr. Doom, all that. #3 and #4. So I got kind of a good run here. If I could get #1, that would be great. If I get #1, I'd be happy. I want to get a set of these. Then I'm going to flip these, put them out for sale, because I do have a graphic novel of these. So that was cool. And these came out about, I want to say about 75 to 3 and 4. And hold on, I'm going to put these away because I try to put them back in their cases. I don't like to damage them. They're old as it is. Okay, so moving right along to more of my bronze stuff. And this is a short little thing of the bronze stuff. Got Peter Parker, Spectacular Spider-Man #13. I need to get more of them. I have a replica of a bronze book. Spider-Man 238, first Hobgoblin. I believe that's the first Hobgoblin. I think that's why that book cost so much to get the original one. We have Marvel Team Up, Spider-Man and the X-Men. I've ran into this at a thrift shop, which was cool, and I paid like pennies for it. So, and I have Marvel Team Up 39, Spider-Man and Human Torch. And this is a classic I got from John. This is from his Pedigree collection. Marvel Team Up featuring Spider-Man and Werewolf by Night. And this has a certificate on the back. It's official. You know, paid a nice little amount for it, but it wasn't, you know, groundbreaking. Let's just say it was under 100. And these books still go, this book still has a high value online. I have not bought myself to post this book yet. Just can't. Not until I get a good copy just to have. I don't need to even have to have a Pedigree copy. I just want a copy. So if I need to buy it on the Kindle, I will do that and post this book. But this is just a cool book. Cool book to have in your collection. Spider-Man 269. Kind of running through this a little bit. Incredible Hulk 283. This is from 1983. We're going to go with Nova. I have some Novas. You know, Nova's okay. Wasn't bad. I mean, is he a sought-out collection for me? Not particularly, but I do like to have him because he's bronze. And this is number 15. Oh, God, number 11. 11 is a little beat up, but hey, that's okay. I like that character, the Sphinx. And we have number 20. So my particular Nova collection is a little bit rough, but hey, don't matter. I want to collect more of them. I might buy the essential collection of Nova and just get them all in one run, you know. So he was one of the type of heroes that if I went to the comic book stand and I missed this issue, it was no big deal. He was okay. I liked him. He was kind of like a Peter Parker, but with cosmic powers. And he did all right. He lasted a long time. So, and then they revamped him. They put him with the New Warriors. That's a series I really like. I sold all of my New Warriors, but I'm going to probably get a graphic novel of the New Warriors. So, but he, I believe, was the leader of the New Warriors. Okay, getting more into the bronze collection. Captain America 215. Avengers 191. Cool. Great Gargoyle. I talked about him earlier. Iron Fist number 11. This is a reader's copy. I got the Iron Fist essentials upstairs, so you know it's cool. Marvel Premiere Iron Fist. This is what really brought him out. This was a sought after book. I got this from John. You know, and I always because I like Monstroid, and I love this cover. I thought the cover was just cool, you know, when you fight in the baseball field. We have, because the next issue of Iron Fist, Marvel Premiere featuring Iron Fist, is the last one. I think he battles that weirdo hippie villain, Vanguard the Screamer, and then he goes into his own series, because he just blew up. I have Marvel Premiere 26 with Hercules. That's after Iron Fist left Marvel Premiere run, and they gave Hercules a shot. And I have my Miss Marvels. I have more at John's. I gotta get more of these. I like Miss Marvel, always did. This number 7 with MODOK. That's how MODOK is supposed to look. I don't understand what they did with him with them recent movies, and I'm looking like a goofball. And I have Miss Marvel number 2, where this was the Marvel's Destructor, because Atlas Comics had their hero Destructor, but this Destructor was a villain, and he teamed up with the Scorpion, you know, which is cool. I always liked this cover. Miss Marvel had a nice little outfit as a kid. I used to kind of like that outfit she had. Funny, but yeah, of course you should. And I have the classic Hulk, Incredible Hulk 175 with the Inhumans. This is right before the Adam Warlock storyline and Counter Earth. So I have this here. You know, I saw after this book too. I thought it was so cool, you know, with the Black Bolt on the cover. This was a serious book to have when I was younger, you know. And the covers are just so cool. I love these covers. And of course, I always come back and show off this classic here. I was supposed to sell this. I got this from John and I still haven't parted with it. I did post it to sell, but the price I put was high because I said, I don't really want to get rid of it. So if somebody pays for it, I'll let it go at that price. But I have a copy of it in the Kindle, but just this book. Let's just look here. I know I showed y'all this book before, but I'm gonna do it again because it might be new subscribers, and I didn't go through this book. But John Romita is just, what can you say? What you gonna say? John Romita does his thing. It's a senior, not junior. Junior's cool, but he ain't nothing like his daddy. His daddy does his thing. This artwork I like artwork so detailed, you know, that it looks like you can just reach in and grab the characters or come in and sit in a chair or something. Those old school artists, that's how they did it. Like, it looked like it took them days just to draw one page because the detail is just so tight. You know, it looks like they're actually on the rooftop or, you know, in the street. You know, great stuff like that. This is that great Morbius ad, and he was in Vampire Tales. Let me go back. I'm being careful because I don't want to tear this bad boy because it's got some age to it. So if you look at the panels where they're on the roof, you know, it just like he's punching them, he's falling into the rocks. Like the rocks got their own shadows, and you know, they got the antenna and the air conditioned units on the roof. You know, this one took a lot of time, a lot of thought behind this. It looks like they're really fighting on a roof, not only in New York, but anywhere, you know, any place in the United States that has rooftops. So I like to thank Marvel Comics for many years for making comic books like that. You know, it's just really cool. And it's a joy to have them because it just takes you back. So I'm gonna put this to the side. So we're gonna get into some newer stuff that I was messing around with. So we talked about this book here. I have started to mess with this here. So Vigilante, this is from Image Comics. Vigilante called No One, and he goes after corporate corruption. He's called No One because his mask that he has, you can't really see this guy's face at all. It's just like a light, a dome, as you can notice here. It's very interesting. I read the first part of it, so I got to finish it up. You know, now it's very different than the older school art, but the new art has it has its own merits to be complimented by. And you know, I really like, you know, some of the artwork in this book. I enjoy it. It's good, it's sufficient, and it is very crafty. It you know, takes you to a new time, and it moves very fast. Now, if you think about it, what I said about his helmet, can't see his face. It's just a circle with a light, so he can blind the people, as you see in this panel here, and he just comes after them. They can't see. It's like putting headlights in your eyes, which is cool. I thought that was dope. Now, one book I did complete. Two, actually, well, one is complete. I got into this book here. I always ran into these books. And at one time, this was a very hot book. This was X. And these two are together because they're kind of similar. He's not like a superhero. He has powers and stuff, but he more is like a vigilante the same way. He's dealing with corruption, and he's taken on an assassin called Gamble. And they were calling him the X-Killer. And he doesn't take people to jail. He takes them out because he goes after criminals. So he's similar to the Punisher in some ways too. You know, the art was very good. I enjoyed it. This is a nice dark horse book to have. And I think what I'm going to wind up doing is I'm just going to buy the graphic novel either in hardback or I'll get it on the Kindle to finish the story, because I could never find the rest of the issues. So I'd rather just do that. You know, but I enjoyed it. This was a good read. I'm not going to tell the whole plot because somebody might see this video and say, you know, I want to pick that up, and you can still pick that up. So let me put it back in this plastic. Oh, my Kindle went off. I wanted to keep a picture up there. So let's turn this on real quick here, and I'm going to get into this next book here. No, we ain't going to do that because I don't want y'all to see my code that I got to go in. So we're going to get into this book, which is actually Heroes in Crisis. This is going to be the last book I'm going to go over. Written by Tom King. And this book is cool because what this book is actually about, it's a murder mystery. This is a sanctuary that was built by, I want to say Superman, mainly Superman designed it because it has to deal with the crystals from his ice cave. Batman did some engineering and they got some guidance from Wonder Woman. So in this book, this is where the heroes go when they're dealing with PSTD. And it's a very secret location. So I would want to find this page here to help you guys out to understand it. I don't want to tell you the whole plot, but they sit and they confess the things that they're dealing with. Oh, another thing in this book, Harley Quinn is quite dangerous. I didn't know she could take on that many heroes. She's rough, and she be taking out jokers with powers, you know. Well, they said in this particular book, she's almost as good as Batman in her fighting skills and her tactician, but she's crazy as I don't know what. But this is the room that they sit in. And they sit and it's a camera and they kind of tell about things that they dealt with that, you know, in the midst of battle that really messed up their head, and they kind of get it out. Well, the location is secret, and someone in the book found out the location. And being that the heroes are at a vulnerable point, they are coming in and they're killing the heroes, you know, because they're catching them off guard. And who you think it is, it's really not. I haven't finished. I'm almost done. I'll be probably done it by today. But I pulled it out of my big stack of graphic novels, and I was quite surprised that it was good. And I said, well, didn't I read this earlier? So this is my last book of today. This is the last book I'm going to pull out. So these are the books that I've been working on. And these are the books that I'm getting my bronze collection back. And I'm starting to read some of the many graphic novels that I bought. And some of the comic books that I have. So when I get the next haul in, I still been in a delay on my comic hauls. I had some things to take care of, but when I get my new batch in, I just want to read something and have to report to you guys so we can get into a book and I don't have to pull out a stack of books and show you guys books all the time, because I actually do read them before I flip them, and some I don't flip. So anyway, this is Michael T. Downing of Bear Pop Comics. The weather's great outside, guys. Get outside and enjoy it today and read a good comic today. KIC-BACK music.com